Hey there, good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Julia Kwedi. So we can see we got that sunshine back out there for us for this afternoon after dealing with some of that dense fog once again this morning and some mostly cloudy conditions as well. But again, starting to see that couple breaks of that cloud cover with that sunshine peeking on through as we take a look at our CCC Skycam over at Snoopy's Pier. And we're going to kind of be in a bit of a repeat cycle throughout the majority of this week, looking at daily sea fog accumulating overnight into the morning, and then of course during the afternoon hours getting some sunshine and an increase in our temperatures once again getting up there into the 80s as they are right now, sitting at 81 degrees here in Corpus Christi, 84 over in Robstown, and Kingsville sitting at that temperature too, 82 in Mathis as well over in Beeville. All this moisture and humidity coming in thanks to those southeasterly winds that have been a bit breezy for us so far throughout the beginning of this week. Right now seeing those winds for the most part clocking to the teens throughout the coastal bend, and again the winds coming in from the southeast, that's the main catalyst for why we're experiencing these conditions in terms of warm up with those above average temperatures and that daily sea fog coming in for us in the area overnight and to the early morning hours. And looking at our muggy meter, this is the picture of why we're going to pretty much be staying with those same conditions throughout the majority of this week. We'll continue to see our moisture and our dew point values being up into the upper 60s and flirting a little bit with the low 70s, just keeping all that moisture and humidity at play for us here in the coastal bend. And taking a look at our visible satellite, of course, that also depicts that moisture with that extra bit of cloud cover that we are currently experiencing here in the coastal bend, but thankfully now breaking up throughout parts of this afternoon, allowing for us to have a couple pockets of sunshine. But also that abundance of moisture can lead us to see a couple stray showers and maybe a little bit of a drizzle here and there in the forecast for us throughout the majority of this week, but we're not expecting any true meaningful rainfall to come to the forecast until we look ahead towards this upcoming weekend and to the early part of next week. And of course, what's going to drive that is going to be our next cold front that's going to push through the coastal bend. It's going to cool our temperatures back down a little bit closer to normal on average where we should be for this time of year. And of course, with all this moisture, that's going to give us that lifting mechanism to see that rainfall truly come to the forecast for us next week. But for tonight, once again, looking at those same mild conditions, temperatures into the upper 60s across the coastal bend. And again, we can obviously expect more of that dense fog to once again build up for us tonight, leading towards tomorrow morning. By 8 o'clock, we'll be seeing a decrease in our visibility across the coastal bend, particularly for our coastal neighborhoods, so Rockport, Port Aransas here in Corpus Christi, Sinton, as well as Refugio, starting to see a decrease in their visibility around 5 miles or less as we look ahead towards tonight. And of course, it's going to continue as we look ahead towards early tomorrow morning for your morning commute. So same safety tips you've been practicing so far this week. Just want to keep those on hand because you're going to need them throughout the majority of this week as we'll continue to deal with that dense fog repeatedly building up because these southeasterly winds giving us all this moisture and humidity coming into play in our forecast daily this week. But again, we're going to have a bit of a change up coming in shortly. Besides these above average temperatures, with that cold front passing through as we look ahead towards your Sunday, we'll start to see a bit of a cool down. The temperatures coming a little bit closer to normal for where we should be for this time of year. And again, that's also going to be the catalyst to start to see some more rain showers come to the forecast as we look ahead to early next week.